Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the Vampire Diaries. This is episode 9 of season 7. Hopefully you guys are excited to watch today's episode because I'm so excited myself personally. I know the first 8 episodes for me have been really good. I'm just really enjoying the fact that we got the present storylines that are actually... The thing is, right, the present storylines I'm actually really liking. The past storylines I'm really liking. And the future storylines I'm really liking. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and obviously we dabble in different eras. Is that what you say? Eras? And we're going through the changes, and now but to me, I think that I'm really enjoying it because the information that we're getting in the past makes me understand how we are in the present, and then when we're getting these future jumps, yeah, to me the random, i.e. the things that we're seeing in the future is random. At first, it was Caroline. I know, Caroline engaged to someone else who wasn't Stefan. You know, we had Alaric, he had his kids. Bonnie, she was with Enzo. All of this stuff is, random to us so far. But I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, oh, that makes no sense. That is crap, that. Why are you showing me that? I'm more of, wow, this past is really good. It's giving me loads of information to understand how we are in the present. Now we've got this future one. I want to know. Give me all the information on how we get from here to here. That's why it excites me. I understand some people might get annoyed because it's like, why are you showing us that Rick's got kids? It's like, well, I actually don't care about that. When I seen them, I was like, wow, how are they here? So now I know they're here. I can't wait to be told. Do you know what I mean? Seeing Bonnie and Enzo kissing. Wow, Bonnie and Enzo kissing. What's going on there? Can't wait to find out. Do you know what I mean? I personally, me seeing it different. And it's exciting, mate. Honestly, it's so good. I'm loving it. And Julian, back last episode, again, we found out all these people that was being stored in the school and then got stored in the Mystic Grill. Well, he was saving them for a party for Mary Lou and Nora's anniversary. Was it 133-year anniversary? He was saving them to compel them all to attend the party where they could all just feast on everybody. Like Matt was saying, he was fattening him up. They was like lamb to a slaughter, That was his gift to them, the people, to indulge themselves in the blood. Now, obviously, Lily, she wasn't happy about that. And it was a little bit of conflict between her and Julian. Well, Julian doing what he says, come on, love, this is what we used to be like. We used to love this, just have a little bit. And lo and behold, she tried, she went to have a bite as Damon walked through the door as well because they'd put a plan in motion to take Julian out that night. Do you know what I mean? As he went in, he seen a biting someone. He was like, look, it didn't take you long, did it? Plans off. She's like, no. I was doing it. It's part of my cover. Do you know what I mean? I had to make him think that I believe it. She could be telling the truth. She could be not. But obviously, Damon, he ended up saying, do you know what? Telling us something brutal as well. He's like, look, I don't really care that you're my mum. I don't really like you. I'm only doing this for Stefan. If you's gone out of my life, I'm not too bothered either. You've gone out of my life once before and I mourned you and, she died. And this person right in front of me is not the same person that I used to know as my parent. So he was savage there. But, that's just Damon and the way it is. He tells it how it is. And then later on in the episode, it was nice that Mary Louise, she proposed to Nora and he said yeah. And the ring was massive. It was given to her by Julian. He's a favourite, it looks like. And, party pooper Valerie, come along. But I don't blame her, though. But, for the moment, she's like, look, I've got to tell you something. And it's bad, and it's about Julian. And she ended up telling all the family, Bo, Mary Louise, Nora, with Lily stood by the fact that, she was pregnant with Stefan at one point, and he attacked her just because he didn't want to lose Lily one time. And all the siblings went over and hugged her and said they saw it. Apart from Mary Louise, she hesitated. And it was at that point I knew, mate, that she was definitely not on their side. She felt peer pressure to come over. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them situations that you don't believe it, but everyone's like, what? You don't believe it? Come on, don't be silly. And you're peer pressured. And she went and she gave him a hug. Well, later on, Stefan and Damon, they attacked Julian. He was on top as well, literally winning. Had him tied up in the chair. And who come in? Mary Lou took him out, undone his chains. They ended up tying up Stefan and Valerie. Went to Lily. She was like, look, mate, as a consequence of doing that, Nora gave the ring back to Mary Louise. She was fuming because she went against her family. She was like, mate, I know that you love him, but why would she lie about something like this? You know, it's so deep. And she's like, well, she's done it before, you know, she's not that good, XYZ. Give her a case, you know, she had her opinions, whatever's. And then, like I said, they ended up flipping it. So, like, it was Damon and Valerie that was tied up. Julian went to Lilith, look, I'm going to give you an option, you know, you're killing one of them. Which one? You pick. You can't have both of them, you know, you can't have your hand in both pies. You could either be a Salvatore or you could be with us, mate, a heretic. What you picking? Well, she didn't pick any, and she stabbed herself because she thought that she was linked to Julian. So she's kind of doing the right thing, actually. She was trying to take him out because he was causing chaos for everyone. Turns out Mary Lou's already unlinked to him. Pretty much just killed herself, Lily. Well, she did. She did kill herself. She was dying in the bed. Everyone went over and said their goodbyes. Damon come over. You know, you made your bed. Now lie in it. You know, absolute savage. I think, you know, it was brutal, honestly. It actually really was brutal. But in terms of me liking Damon and him being true to himself, it's not just that it was Damon. You know, if you had another character that was Damon's personality, it fits with his character so well. So I didn't mind that. And you could see Julian downstairs fuming, smashing things up. Mary Lou come in. She was devastated once he found, well, he told her what happened. And then fast forward all the way to the end. It was the start of the episode and ending. Damon was tied up. He thought he was looking at it. It looked like it was his mum in the future, but it wasn't. He was hallucinating. It's another female. She was like, mate, you really are out of it, you know. Your mother's been dead for years. And then she, boom, it stomped him on his head and it went off. So, mad. Can't wait to watch today's episode. So thanks for clicking on the video today. Hopefully guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. Here we go, mate. Another 3 years from now.
You can't go.
Oh, it's with Valerie.
Burned my Porsche, so I kind of need to borrow your car.
I'm coming with you. If anything happens to you, I will rain hell down on anyone responsible.
What, mate? How have we got to this point? It's fucking mad. See? Who don't love mind tease? How have we got to that? Who died? I can't remember. Oh, Lily. Wounded.
Well, this is it? Whole funeral party?
What about Julian? Where is he?
I haven't heard from either of them in days. Bill couldn't bring himself to say goodbye.
I'm sure he just couldn't find the right words to say.
You should say something.
We shouldn't.
Yes, we should.
I loved my mother deeply until she found out about my little siphoning problem.
She turned her back on me, thought I'd never find that kind of love again. Thank you, Lily.
You knew me at my brightest and my darkest. No matter what my mood, you always saw the light in me.
You and Violet's. You remembered.
I'll leave you to.
How many times do you get a second chance to deliver your mother's eulogy?
How's this? Lily, you were a terrible mother when you were alive, terrible mother when you were dead. That does feel good.
I said it last episode, didn't I, man? The difference between the brothers.
I'm so sorry. I promise I'll make this right.
Do you know what? Just before we dive into this absolute Christmassy vibe, literally, mad. I was just trying to think, because I think in the last episode, I was thinking maybe it's Valerie that's going after him. I'm trying to tick off all the female, you know, tick off all the boxes of who it is in the future that's after him. And it's obviously not Valerie because they're in the present, and it's not her because she's dead, and it's not Caroline because she was attacked, and I mean, it's not Bonnie because she's with Enzo, and I'm on like all arrows to me are pointing to Elena. I think I said it was Elena straight away, but then the last episode sounded nothing like Elena, didn't look anything like Elena. So I don't know. As of right now, I'm kind of feeling it's a character that we have not been introduced yet, which is really interesting. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was just an observation. It was ticking consistently in the back of my head.
Wait till you see me. I popped this week.
Wow.
We're chasing after an immortal jerk who basically killed your mother.
Oh shit, cravings.
How are you?
Be a lot better if my traveling companion, instead of stopping by every single bar we pass by,
He's such a Grinch.
Oh, look, his reindeer coat.
Kevin, did I mention Bonnie saw me mix a blood bag with a jar of mayonnaise at 2 o'clock in the morning? Okay, one, that was marshmallow.
Words that should probably not be spoken at that volume.
You sure you can handle this on your own?
If you can handle all of this while pregnant, I can handle a fraction of it while not.
What I would actually like to ask is the females, is whoever's had a baby, is have you ever had cravings when you was pregnant? Now, my mum, when she was pregnant with me, like she craved fucking ice cubes. Loved scranning on them. Get a big ice cube, have a good munch on it. I'm mad. Obviously, she doesn't eat ice cubes now. She probably eats them. That's crazy, that.
Unky Steffi? Creepy dude who hangs out with mom?
See, the thing is, she's not their mom.
Caroline, you think he's gonna turn those kids over to a functioning alcoholic with no supervision? You're gonna make it amazing, not father.
You know, in these last few weeks, your jokes, they've gotten quite sad. What I need, Damon, is your actions, not your words.
Sounds like you should have brought Bo then.
Julian's not here. That's what you're worried about? Have you seen her?
You've spoken?
This is your fault, you know.
Yeah, if only I hadn't fallen in love and placed my pregnant womb in front of Julian's boob.
Timing is awfully suspect, isn't it?
I always thought you were the nice one. Nora will blossom without you.
She was right, though, in what she said there, mate. The timing was impeccable.
Nora, how unexpected. You delivered it? Yay, it's the end.
I want to be more involved. Silly need help.
Not from an evil heretic who kidnapped my friend.
Are you really going to let that old news get in the way of a little charity?
I don't mind Nora, I'm not gonna lie.
Me helping you kill Julian is your Christmas presents. Don't be expecting any socks or TV or anything. Yeah, I'm dry. Pit stop.
He is a raging alcoholic, mate. Oh, imagine
Merry
what the
Christmas,
odds.
brother.
Maybe if we hadn't stopped at every single bar for eggnog, we could have done something about it.
Saying is maybe we should just take a little bit of a beat, you know?
What? Since when do you think logically?
Hi. I only come out when Stefan goes a little cuckoo. I think we should just stop and think about some backup.
You are my backup. You're just terrible at it.
Hello, Damon.
Bon.
Hi, Bonnie. I need something.
Wasn't it so great to feel loved and needed?
Stefan's here and he's being kind of a crazy person. He's breathing down my neck.
Actually, there might be something I can do.
Pulling my weight.
Your water breaks at home. Keep your birth plan on hand and call your care provider.
Someone really dug into that suggested reading list. Encouraging words, Caroline, as always. Okay, let's pick this up.
Look at Rick.
Actually, I believe that particular quote is found in chapter 3.
Yeah, he's reading them.
What, you think I'm not going to read every book that you're reading?
What do you want to bet? She's doing really well in his class.
They're just having a difficult time with the subtle realities of the 21st century. I think I should explain it to them.
Caroline. Your eyes.
Oh, she looked really good then.
You're taking freshman English, right? Who's your professor? Please tell me it's Dowling and not Marcus. I don't want Professor Marcus to end up dead. I'm sorry I was harsh earlier. College can be lonely and terrible, or it can be fun.
I wasn't born yesterday, it's all right. I want to do some charity, I might as well start.
Have you heard of a town called Sunbury?
Oh, Shaz, look at her. Do you know what I like about that is, even though it might be unintentional, is usually it's everybody coming to Bonnie. Bonnie, help, Bonnie, help, Bonnie, help. And now it's Bonnie going to someone else. Can you help me? Do you know what I mean? I just like that because usually she's the main target of everybody's help. She's the one that susses it. She's the one that helps everyone. And now she's gone to another witch, so to speak, to ask for help as well. To me, I enjoy that. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah, I just refuse to believe that you care so little.
Death doesn't erase all the crappy things she did, Stefan. If anything, it lets me care about her even less.
Hello, boys. You've misplaced my cellular telephone.
Here it is. Turns out you're just a drunk sorority girl by losing your cell phone.
Well, it has been a rough few weeks.
She meant nothing to you.
She meant everything to me! Do you remember this sword? See, when a vampire is stabbed through the heart with the completed sword transferring their spirit.
Oh, that's how they get into that.
Particularly nasty stone goes into creating your own little personal hell. And Lily saved me. I had her back in my life. You know, the only thing that kept me sane.
Wait, that was you sane?
You know, these have been dark days for me.
They need to leave immediately.
What my old life looked like. And I realized, it was a good life, surrounded by the people that I cared about.
It's interesting. Gotta say, this Julian is a pretty decent actor so far. What I've seen from him, you know, I think he's quite good. He's the physical person, whatever his name is in real life, he's a good actor. Like from what I've seen of him, I've enjoyed it.
I know you two have been following me for quite some time.
I'm sure we all miss Lily. Well, most of you. I wish those boys wouldn't fight.
I'm not going anywhere.
Plan B. Booze-soaked flammable costume.
Surprised I'm not massacring the leukemia patients. It's still early. Being surrounded by your loved ones. This looks just like her.
Okay, you need to move on and become your own person. You can only do that if you're living in the present. She's dead to you.
Am I?
2 seconds away from tearing their heads off.
They were jerks. They deserved it.
What if blood is like alcohol? What if it's bad for them?
I mean, do you realize how happy you made me? I mean, this is a miracle.
Some good acting this episode.
Caroline.
We're only getting it in snippets, but I'm enjoying them.
Are you going to apologize?
Am I going to
get in there, Nora.
He's the reason Lily is dead.
No, he's not. Julian is just as upset as any of us. If I say he's a liar, I go back home.
I'm done. It's over.
You've been wanting this for a long time, haven't you?
Almost like you've been planning it all along.
Okay, but you're too scared to go out into the world. Too scared to change. When was the last time you even did any charity?
Probably when I started dating you.
Oh, that was a good answer, even though she's chatting pure shite. See, what I was going to say there is this Mary Lou, the reason why I dislike her, right, is I hate people that don't want to adapt and change to anything. Do you know, like, have you ever met somebody, right, who, like, absolutely hates mobile phones? Like, hate it. You know, I don't want to use it, it's too confusing. It's like, mate, it's not confusing. Just sit down for 2 seconds, right? And look, it's easy. No, I'll stick with this no colour screen with the buttons that I've got to tap. It's like, no, man. Like, literally, adapt, change in the future. Do you know what I mean? The world's evolving. You've got to evolve with it. You can't be stuck in your ways in the past. All these, like, there's so many people, like you say, like, I'm not going to dive into it, but, like, racism, sexism, ageism, and all this, people are just stuck in the absolute past, mate. Something that, you know, was okay, even though it should have never been okay back in the day, has changed and adapted now. Everybody's got rights, everybody's changing, evolving, and like people are stuck in the ways, nobody changes. She's the typical one that I'm not going to school, I don't want to integrate, you know, I don't like people. It's like, why though? Why? Literally, what is your problem? That's what I feel with her. Like, every time I watch her, I'm like, what is your problem? Why are you so mad? Like, literally, no one's done anything to you. That's what I feel about Mary Lou. Anyway, I feel like she's just, I said it, she's a Tyler. She gets stressed out of everything. If you don't go away, fuming. Do you know what I mean? If it's not what she wants, I'm fuming. If someone else does something that, you know, that's not right, nope, not happy with it. So it's good. I like how Nora stood up to her. And you know, how long have you been thinking about it? She might not have thought about it any time. Just then she's seen actions that you're doing and thinking, this is not me, you know.
That is a hornet's nest, and take it from an expert. You do not want to kick it.
Pup, you're the reason that he's alive and she isn't. You wanted to punish Lily with a long con, didn't you?
She punished herself with a short stick.
How difficult would it have been to say something nice?
Well, I didn't want to lie to the woman.
All she wanted was forgiveness.
She didn't deserve my forgiveness.
You had a chance to make things right and you still do.
You want to go back and risk it? Go for it.
Sorry, I keep pausing. You had a chance to give her forgiveness, right? But what? Just because she wanted forgiveness doesn't mean that she warranted it. In my personal opinion, no, she didn't. Like, I know it's savage, and I know that's what she wanted to hear, and I know that would have been a nice thing, but I wouldn't give it to somebody. If I personally never thought that somebody deserved my forgiveness, I would never give it them, even if they was dying. I was like, can I have your forgiveness? I'd be like, well, no, like, you don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, do I feel sorry that you're dying? Yeah, I'm physically sorry that you're dying, you know? Like, I feel for you, but am I going to forgive you? No, I'm not going to, you know? So just because Stefan thinks that that's morally the right thing to do because that's what she wanted to hear so she could go out well, you know, maybe people would do that. But if Damon don't think that, then, you know, he's got every right to think that.
Please tell me this is the Julian is dead call.
I wish. I'm headed home.
I should have gone with you.
Have you seen Mary Louise?
Would hold your tongue if you value its existence.
And I would not make threats. There's a cloaked heretic behind you.
Oh, that is so good.
Called me a charity case.
Can I ask you what might seem like a mean question? What do you see in her?
Loving, protective, kind.
But just to you.
It's nice having that one person who doesn't need anything from you and thinks you're the most amazing, beautiful girl in the whole world.
I don't need someone to tell me I'm pretty.
Nobody needs it. Doesn't mean it doesn't feel good to hear it.
Oh, Julian.
Where is she?
Not exactly sure who she is.
Don't play dumb.
Stefan kidnapped Mary Louise. Ballsy. We got no beef. okay? You didn't kill my baby, and I don't blame you for Lily's death.
Look at you not caring as you burn her clothes.
See, I always knew that her love for you would get her killed.
She killed herself.
Because she couldn't turn her back on you.
He's just a savage, Damon. He's never stopped being one.
Hi, Mom. Realized that this is going to be my first Christmas without you. I still got you something. Do some things. I'm pregnant. And I know they're not mine. They're still my responsibility, and I have no idea what I'm doing. God, I miss you.
That I like that. Damon's getting stabbed with that sword now. So it's interesting because we've seen that already the people that go inside this rock, yeah, it's not always that person that comes out and gets in the body. You know, we've seen it with Joe, it was the wrong person. We've seen it inside Oscar, it was the wrong person. But we successfully seen it inside Julian, but they had a bunch of witches that was doing a spell to ensure that it was him that was retracted out and placed in the correct body. So it interests me because, like I said, at the start of episode 1, STEFAN ran, opened the shutter, ran in, lifted the coffin up, which I'm assuming this is where Damon's body is going to be housed, but instead of doing whatever mad stuff, he just fed him a blood bag, and then he was like, he woken up, didn't he? And he was like, is Elena alive or something? I can't remember what he first said now, but I think as soon as he woke, he mentioned Elena, like, he's, you know, if you woke, you better woke, man, now Elena's here. And he's like, nah, I've got to run, mate. And then obviously someone's like, boom, 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 and shot the coffin like with loads of arrows. So it's mad. How do we get to Damon in possession of his own body? Is Bonner gonna team up with Nora possibly again? Obviously Nora's just took her out right now, which is interesting, but I mean, I don't think he's coming back in the show. I actually don't think he's coming back in the show. His head got whipped off, but I would absolutely love Kai to be back, like somehow, some way, man, literally, because I think he was the best.
Who's that?
It'd be good if it's Julian now. Oh, the body's gone.
Damon wanted me to let it go. I couldn't.
She was your mom, Stefan. Let's figure out a way to save your brother.
Like it, standing by Caroline.
Stefan?
He's not gonna make it in there. That stone is punishment for every bad thing you've ever done.
I think he's never done anything bad, Stefan. What are you talking about? What? Like, literally, what was that? Oh, here we go. Oh, fucking hell. Sleep in heavenly peace, both of them. Look at that little droplet there. Naughty. Really good. Like that. Wow, what a mad ending. That is going to wrap up today's video. So Damon stabbed, Stefan stabbed. Both of them have gone inside the stone. Now, she's just said, Nora, that even if they do come back to the present, they're going to be different. Now, she's probably true, because I feel like everybody that we've seen come back, whether they're good or whether they're bad, it's had an impact and influence on them. And they're probably different to the people that they are. I think it makes them more angrier, but we don't know, because Jo, she was actually okay, wasn't she? Now, I do think it was interesting, and I'm not pointing the finger at Stefan. I'm not blaming him. But this whole episode, Damon was kind of like, look, mate, we need to kind of leave it right now. It's not kind of the right timing. Stefan, I'd blink. What would you call it? Do you know when a horse has got those fucking things on tunnel vision, and all he can see is, boom, I'm killing him. Whatever anyone was saying, he wasn't listening. You know, he was still going after him. He's determined. Now, obviously, you can't blame Stefan for this guy then following him all the way back to the house and then going after them there, you know. So I'm not saying it's Stefan's fault. I'm just saying he was blinded, wasn't he? He just had one tunnel vision and he was going after him. Now he's got friends now, and now I'm interested to see if they play any more factor in the storyline. I'm hoping that it wasn't just, I've got friends here for this one scene. I would like it to play out, but we might not get that. But the most fascinating thing is they've both been daggered, and like I mentioned, when Damon got daggered straight away, how's he got from being daggered and put inside the stone to being in the coffin and Stefan waking him up with the blood? And now it's got you know, I can even extend that, and it's like, how the hell has Stefan got out the stone to get into the present, to be running away from somebody, to run in to get Damon to give him the blood? Do you know what I mean? Now there's two questions. And then we had another good start, obviously, in the future. Again, I'm really loving the future episodes. It just makes everything more interesting, because Stefan, in the future, is not in the stone, is with Valerie. What is going on there? As well, now it's making me wonder. Obviously, I'm not saying Nora's going to be back on Mary Lou's side, but she's kind of taken her side in a way of, she was taken, she's like, I need to protect her instincts, kicked in, I protect my loved ones, even though we're going through a rough patch, blah, 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 I'm going to protect them. Now, in terms of, like I was saying, Mary Louise, she has got a problem. She's got like anger problems. She's literally reluctant to, you know, transition into the modern day society. She's angry with everybody, and she is like, you talk about Damon needing Elena to be like, you know, a stable person. Man, this Mary Lou really needs Nora, don't she? I think so anyway. I like how Caroline and Alaric, you know, is progressing in parenthood, going to the classes, and him actually reading the books as well. You know, she got a comment wrong and he's like, actually, I said it in this book, you know, it's good. But then you always get them people, don't you, who's always bickering behind your back, saying things and slagging them off. You could hear them. I'm liking how Caroline's cravings is actually not like craving some random things. It's craving humans. You know, she wants that blood, she wants her attack. She's getting, you know, she's getting a bit of those angers, you know, like quick temper. I wonder if we see something actually happen with that. So far she's managed to like act and then control herself, but maybe she goes all out at one time. Who knows? And what's Julian going to do now? Obviously stabbed Damon, Nora's come in, stabbed Stefan. Where's he going from here? You know, I'm still trying to think how them two can get out of the stone and into the correct bodies, because I'm not having just one witch. Bonner is strong enough to do that spell on her own. Now, obviously, with the help from Valerie, it may be possible, but it did take a lot of them to do it last time for Julian. You know, it's madness how we've literally not seen Tyler at all, have we, this season? Like, we're on 9 episodes in, and Tyler has not been seen once. I mean, obviously we transitioned the cast to the Heretics, and I know that we got an explanation of Jeremy leaving, but you know, a couple of the OG cast members have literally dropped off in it. Let's just say Matt, he's not really in it as well, so we can pretty much say this season Matt's irrelevant, Tyler's irrelevant, Liz sadly is not in it no more, Elena not in it no more. Do you know what I mean? That's 4 cast members that, I did say Jeremy, so I don't even know if I said it, but Jez as well, you know what I mean? Like, all those cast members that we've seen from season 1 to now is not in it. Obviously we've got a new cast coming in, but it's crazy, isn't it? Literally, it's like we've replaced the whole cast with new people. And like I said, I'm actually enjoying it. Now I'm trying to figure out what they said, that in this stone it's hell, and Stefan was like, I can't imagine what hell Damon's living in. And then we got like an image of him at war, being, obviously he was shot and then he got up and then he was walking around, but then nothing actually happened. It just went back to the present. I was like, what? You know, like, what is that? Like, what? How's that a bad memory? Does he get killed, or does he see his friends die? Like, what's going on? It's actually really interesting, that one. I can't wait to find out more of the storylines, you know. Yeah, but I've got to say, I am enjoying it. I like how consistent savagely Damon is against Lily, but personally, yeah, I actually do think it's one of those things this time where, like, he's being full on savage because he is hurt a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's pushing away his feelings by being even more nastier than normal. That's how I kind of feel. I feel like deep down he's a little bit hurt, but he's pushing that right under so he can be nasty about her, you know, openly. Like I said, I've got no problem with that. When Stefan's saying that, you know, would it have killed you to be a little more, you know, forgiving? That's all she wanted to hear, your forgiveness. Well, I mean, you don't just hand it out for the sake of it. So I kind of get where Damon was coming from by not doing it. I understand where Stefan's just like, mate, it's not hard to just lie to a Damon just so she can go out smiling. But, you know, each to their own, isn't it? You know, if you've got a reason to forgive someone, you do it. If you don't, you don't. It's just life. So, thanks for clicking my video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like and the button. It helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.